To begin our investigation into some of the causes and solutions of violence, we interviewed two organizations, Yeah Philly, which features teenagers, and House of Umoja, which is found and led by 92-year-old living legend.
The House of Umoja was founded in the late 60s and is still led by Queen Mother Falaka Fatah, who is a living legend with many accomplishments. The 92-year-old might be best known as the woman who organized a rare ceasefire across the gangs of Philadelphia, the No Gang War of '74 campaign.
Hello, my name is Anthony Bannister Fatah. I am the grandson of Queen Mother and David Fatah, and I am the outreach coordinator for the House of Umoja. Come and get involved. We have art, we have innovation, we have technology, we have culture, we have history, we have spirituality, we have agriculture, we have entrepreneurship. So we just want to offer all these things to the community and let you know that you're not alone and you have some help here. This street has been turned into David Fatah Way, as you can see. And this street right here is Queen Mother Falaka Fatah Way. So 50 Fraser Street and Master Street have both been renamed in their honor.
I am in the business of saving lives. Umoja means unity in Swahili. Now, I took the name Umoja from the theme of the Third Black Power Conference, which was held in 1968 at the Church of the Advocate. And there we examined the image of us as an African people. And we found it was grossly distorted, that there's no way in this country that you could survive if you were misunderstood. Because using the Indians as an example, this country kills what it doesn't understand. So as communicators, that was our responsibility. Umoja, in its initial coming to being, was to be the House of Umoja Publishing House. But a year later, when I found out that my son was in the gang, we decided that we would have a twin mission statement, communications and youth development. Since I was a journalist, I realized that research, getting to the crucial reality, getting to understanding of something is the way that you can resolve it. And so I wanted to invite my son's gang to come just so I could get up close and begin to understand more about them and why were they doing what they were doing. In order to allow them to come to Fraser Street, there had to be permission granted by the local gang. That is how the House of Umoja became sanctuary, which meant that anybody that got here was safe, which was extended over a 40-year period to over 80 different gangs from across. It was the only place in the city that you could be safe.
This is the 54-year celebration. This was the pillar. This was the first, this is where the 14 to 15 gang members moved in and brought their sleeping bags. We was in that office. Okay?
He is the son of the 16-year-old who was the gang member. Okay? So maybe if they hadn't come here, maybe he wouldn't be here.
True.
Yeah Philly is a youth organization based in West Philadelphia that is nationally renowned for their deep and revolutionary approach to uplifting young people who are impacted by violence and the issues they face.
How you doing? My name is James A. I'm the co-founder and associate director of Yeah Philly. And this is our space. Most of our young people come here chill, hang out, get a service provided to them. Most importantly, this is a place that they feel safe at and they can be themselves. And those are the things that we encourage our young people to do.
I'm Kendra Vanderwater. I'm the executive director of Yeah Philly, and stands for Youth Empowerment for Advancement Hangout. So Yeah Philly was created to work with young people ages 15 to 24 in West and Southwest Philly and elevate their experiences and support those who are directly impacted by violence.
Majority of our young people are either on probation or just transitioned off of probation. So it's a blend of those things. And they like the most interesting and awesome young people to work with.
My name is Alasan. I'm 17. What was the last question? Oh yeah, I'm in 11th grade. And people call me son.
My name is Presley. I'm 17 and I'm in 11th grade.
My name is Keon. I'm 17. I'm in the 11th grade too.
My name is Elijah. I go by YNJ Eli. I'm 17 and I'm in 11th grade, and all of us, we the hottest coming out the city. So stay tuned.
In a time where people talk about the increase of youth violence, there's never any youth at the table. Also, in a time when we talk about the type of person that needs the help, we're not trying to help that type of person. I want young people to take over. Like, this city has so many amazing young people that are silenced and they don't get a chance to say what they want or what they need without being kicked out of places, without saying, like, we don't care about you. I want the type of young person that we work with that, honestly, when you talk about the things that they may have done or their situations, society doesn't care about them. They don't believe that they deserve a service. So I want this type of young person to be able to be running organizations like this. They should be running city organizations because they are really smart. Their experiences really matter. And I want to see young people be able to be in charge, but also be treated the way that they should be. They should be treated with respect. Young people should be treated and loved the way that everybody wants to be treated and loved.
The reason today why violence exists is because the United States of America is the richest country in the world. And yet every day, 700 people a day in the United States of America die of poverty.
Poverty is one of the largest root causes of violence.
It's very real outside, right? A lot of young people have issues with safety, a lot of housing insecurities.
So we look at violence as a public health issue. It's a large correlation to the social determinants of health. So if people don't have their basic needs met, then oftentimes they're going to be involved in some type of violence. And that's how the cycle of violence goes. So we have to be addressing the food issues, the money issues, the housing issues, the lack of stable family issues, education, mental health. We have to be addressing these things in order to reduce violence.
Certain families have different situations, so not every family comes up with two parents or, different, like, people in the families could be, like, not fully connected and everybody's at, like, odds with each other.
If you're asking people to eat food that is so full of chemicals that they cannot possibly furnish the fuel to the brain, which has to operate to think. And as you think, that's how you do. That's how you behave. Might that be a clue?
Access to nature is a huge piece of the conversation. I think about the air we breathe in the city. We say all the time, oh, you're a product of your environment. We know that when communities and when your environment are invested in, there is less violence.
And in my research, I found politicians who were getting elected to office based on the problem, but not really doing anything about the problem. I found police making it to the bank with overtime, making good money on the problem, but not solving the problem.
Everybody's in it for the money. Nobody's in it to actually change. One of my closest cousins, well, my first cousin, and a few other of my family members were killed in the year of 2021. As far as my cousin's death, they know who the killer is. They know what the killer looks like. They know the killer's name, but he's still out there living his life. The whole police system is crooked. The government is crooked. And basically, the whole judicial system is crooked.
There needs to be accountability in the court system. Young people are in the system and they are not getting the support they need. Being incarcerated for things that are environmental issues, for things that can be addressed in other ways. They're like, I need groceries in my house. My mom needs, the electric is off. We need it paid. All of those things that you have to address before you can help a young person change their behavior, right? And we are starting to bring awareness to judicial misconduct that judges do behind closed doors, to the harms that probation does to young people, how, they have cops come out to their house and serve warrants and beat the crap out of them, and nobody cares.
I don't feel as though you really don't choose this lifestyle. Like, I feel like it honestly really does choose you. Cause say like your dad was investing in it, be like, oh, you whatchamacallit, son? All right, bet. Now they out for you. And since that happened, now you gotta protect for yourself. If you kill it, and plus don't forget, they try to kill random people for no reason. They try to start beef for no reason. So if you kill the person that start beef for you, they cousins gonna come after you. They family gonna come after you. They friends gonna come after you. You kill them, guess what? You in the whole world now. And it's 2 games going back to back to back. This whole thing a cycle. And honestly, I just feel like I wish there was a way to kind of break the cycle. But everybody's so aggressive and ignorant, they don't want to listen. They think, oh, he just talking. Oh, blah, 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 he don't know what she's talking about. Oh, he pussy. Oh, he a bitch, all this. At the end of the day, the people that say that, those gonna be the niggas that's gonna be dead. I'm not even trying to talk. Those gonna be the niggas that's gonna be dead. The people that's out here trying to break the cycle, the people that's out here trying to make a way, pave a way for everybody else, those gonna be the people that's gonna be successful. That's it.
If I had to say to adults something, I probably would even say to my own parents, is that, you have to listen, like pay attention to children, because it's been a lot of times where, I've went through something like very traumatic to me, but it wasn't traumatic to anybody else. And my mom, she didn't even notice it. When, they feel like I do something wrong, it's constant going down my throat and yelling and just trying their best to make me listen to them. But it's like, you can't even tell if something is wrong with me. And I feel like that's a big part of why a lot of kids act the way they act. It starts with the parents. And, I feel like a lot of people are just having children just to have children and, not actually mentally thinking about, oh, I'm really going to have to be with this kid for the rest of their life. Children don't stay babies forever.
For the school government, man, I ain't gonna lie. Do y'all fucking job, for real, I ain't gonna lie. Get better teachers and all this other, get a teacher that's really gonna teach us. That's gonna teach us something that we don't really know about. Some of these other teachers don't really say shit to us. They just give us work and just make us do it. So, get teachers that want to teach, for real.
But I would also say get teachers that believe in us. If you don't believe in the young leaders that are here today, there's no point in you being in that school, and that's why I honestly believe.
Once you hit a teenager, a lot of stress just hits you all at once. How do you really cope with it? I don't know, it's just very, stressful. But as far as growing up in Philadelphia, Philadelphia added, maybe a couple more years of stress onto that because it is Philadelphia. So, yeah, that pretty much is it.
Their mindset is not on the right thing. So everybody is just more full of hate and anger from whether their past or they're bringing up, and they take their frustrations out on us or like their future and not really thinking further ahead. So really, mainly in Philly, you got to move. You got to make the right choices and the right decisions, not for yourself, but for your future and your family. So the way they look at you and like the impact that you have on them.